of navigating the voices of oppressed voices versus, this is a common dynamic. And a lot of it has to do with the dynamics of whiteness and people of color when we are in mixed company. The dynamic of whiteness is at play as opposed to the dynamic of dominance is at play, and the dynamic of subordination is also at play in those dynamics, right? I mean, so we see that in whiteness, we see people speaking a lot, being oblivious oftentimes of who's not been voiced, because the emphasis can be centered around self-interest. Part of the heat that a lot of BIPOC people bring to groups in training is because there's just cumulative impact, and the need for it to be voiced and not just heard, but really understood. What I want to say about this, though, because it's so loaded, in trainings where there's groups, is to be clear on the front end of the design. A lot of this, I think, is a design issue. How the training is set up, what the intention of the training is and what it's not. What we're going to do if shit explodes, we're going to pause and reshape what's needed. So these agreements that get set up, I'm going to be, as your influencer or facilitator, I'm going to be paying attention to who's talking, who's not, whether white folks are talking too much, I'll even say that, right? So a lot has to do with how you set up the space. And then with people agreeing to that, and you can ask for agreement around that, or you can talk about why agreement is a problem if it is, then you have the basis again for being able to hold people accountable to that. I'm going to interrupt you right now because, we've heard more, we need to cut your question short so that we can make sure other voices are heard. I'd like to hear from more people of color on the call, or however you want to phrase that. So that would be an encouragement. That's a quick and dirty way of responding, but I wanted to just kind of get that in.